party has been going through some tough times in the last decade or so. The leaders or the politicians also take a switch whenever they deem fit for their particular personal interest. Whenever there is a discussion on changing the constitution, we strongly oppose it.
2024 is not your goal now.
We are hoping that we'll be in a position where we can leverage our number of seats in order to put ma'am in the parliament as a prime minister this time itself.
It's going to be a sweep in Uttar Pradesh for the BJP, people are saying.
वो तो ये भी कहते हैं कि राम जी को तो हम लेके आए. अरे भैया भगवान है वो, कितना घमंडी हो सकता है एक आदमी. जो लोग ऐसी बातें कर सकते हैं वो 400 बोले कि 800 बोले, वो जितनी सीट नहीं भी होंगी वो बोल देंगे कि जी हम तो लेके आ जाएंगे.
Why is it that she didn't attend the प्राण प्रतिष्ठा?
मैम कभी भी किसी भी मंदिर में नहीं गई हैं, कभी भी किसी गुरुद्वारे नहीं गई हैं, तो वाई राम मंदिर. कोई भी रिलेशनशिप तब खराब होता है जब कमिटमेंट पूरी नहीं कर पाते आप. मुलायम सिंह जी, द रिलेशनशिप दैट ही हैड विद बहन जी, इट्स अ लव एंड हेट रिलेशनशिप. अगर इलेक्शन के बाद ऐसा पोजीशन बनता है कि हम सपोर्ट करके पावर में आ सकते हैं तो हम सपोर्ट करेंगे, बट इस बार वी विल टेक पोजीशन इन द गवर्नमेंट एंड डू व्हाट वी कैन फॉर आवर पीपल.
Did India Alliance make overtures towards you कि आप आ जाओ?
हम इनकी पॉलिसी से अलाइन नहीं करते और इनके ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड को देख के हमें नहीं लगता कि ये लोग डिलीवर कर पाएंगे.
सबसे बड़ा कंपेटिटर वो समाजवादी पार्टी है फॉर बीएसपी.
हमारा कंपटीशन समाजवादी पार्टी से ना होके एक्चुअली अपने वोटर्स को इंटैक्ट रखने का है.
योगी आदित्यनाथ को तो बुलडोजर बाबा कहते हैं.
किनका घर बुलडोज किया है? गरीब लोगों का घर बुलडोज करना, तो माफिया का कहाँ से कुछ हो रहा है? बुलडोज तो बहन जी ने चलाया था जब अतीक अहमद के अवैध धंधे और बिल्डिंग जो खड़ी कर रखी थी वो तोड़ा था. उसे कहते हैं बुलडोज करना. आवर कम्युनिटी पीपल कुड नॉट सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ एन अपर कास्ट पर्सन और कुड नॉट ड्रिंक फ्रॉम द सेम वेल बिकॉज वी weren't allowed to be in the same part of the village as well. तो लोग उस लेवल पे डिस्क्रिमिनेट करते थे. I had a senior 1 year older to me. I've never said this before, and he had the comfort or the audacity to call me Chamar.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching or listening to another edition of the ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. Since we are in the thick of elections, most of my guests are politicians. Today, let's turn our attention to Uttar Pradesh, which has sent in the maximum number of prime ministers to Delhi, 9 of them, from the first one, Jawaharlal Nehru, to the current one, Narendra Modi, who's fighting his re-election from the ancient city of Varanasi, also known as Kashi. But today, my guest is Akash Anand. Who's he? Many of you may not even have heard of him, but he is the inheritor of the legacy of Kanshiram and Mayawati. Akash Anand is the political inheritor of the legacy of the Bahujan Samaj Party and is the nephew of Mayawati, the leader of the Dalit Samaj and former Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. Akash is a newcomer to politics. I want to know from him what happened to the political career of his aunt Mayawati, who was once even seen as Prime Minister material. She slowly but surely frittered away her political capital. And her political capital is the Dalit Samaj, historically the most backward among Hindu castes and economically depressed section of society. Even though Behenji, as Mayawati is referred to, used to say that she will never have a family member to inherit the legacy of the Dalit icon, Kanshiram, and her, she has succumbed to what most politicians do in India, brought in her family member right on top. So let's get talking to Akash Anand. Thank you, Akash, for being part of the podcast. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
And I'm taking the liberty of addressing you by the first name, even though I'm meeting you for the first time.
No.
So let's get cracking right away because, it's politics and it's election time, election season. You're the national coordinator for the Bahujan Samaj Party. So for our expat audience, if you could tell me a little bit about the party, what it represents, the community it represents. People in India and Uttar Pradesh would, of course, know. Yeah. But the first generation of, expat audience who are trying to figure out about politics, if you could just tell me a little bit.
So, Bahujan Samaj Party, or BSP, was actually formed 40 years ago, and it was established by Manyavar Sahab Shri Kanshiram ji. He was a scientist by profession, a government employee, and he actually was not very, so to say, keen on politics. He was away from politics for the longest of time, but he faced a lot of discrimination at his job. And the incident is when one of our gurus' birthday was being celebrated. The team his team requested for a holiday, and his seniors did not allow it, and that led to him getting involved and study about the Bahujan Samaj, the Dalit movement, and slowly and steadily that turned into him establishing Bahujan Samaj Party, and I think about 25 years ago, 25 years later, we were able to form our first full-fledged, full majority government in Uttar Pradesh. The Bahujan Samaj Party basically stands for all minority groups across the country. So we were the first political party, who was able to send people from communities which had not had representations in the past. So Rajbhar community was the first one that we were able to send to the parliament. There were multiple more examples that are there, and we continue to work towards building a more equitable society. And I think we are a firm believer of Baba Sahab's ideology. So we are very contested on, or hell bent, so to say, on implementing the constitution in its true form and nature. And whenever there is a discussion on changing the constitution, we strongly oppose it.
I'll get to the constitution based political system that we have and democracy that we have later in the show. First, for our audience, to understand where you come from,
Yeah.
and why you are part of a political party, what happened, your entry. Because in December of 2023, your aunt, Mayawati ji, who has headed the party for decades, the Bahujan Samaj Party, and she announced that that you will be the coordinator. And unlike the Samajwadi Party, she had always said that this is not a family-based party, and my family will not be there. But then she seemed to promote somebody from the family.
Yeah.
So I want to know what changed in the BSP, what changed in Mayawati ji's mind.
So Behenji had been a very firm believer of Manevar Sahab's ideology as well, his thought process. And even Manevar Sahab never promoted anybody from the family. But he was able to groom Behenji from a very initial stage of her career. In fact, Manevar Sahab had discovered Behenji, and he gave her the first stage, so to say, to get her started in the political sphere. On the other hand, Behenji also tried a lot of people in the past. So I believe since 2007, as early as 2003 and 4, she'd been trying to groom a couple of people to take up the mantle from her. But at some stage or the other, they were not able to, step up to the occasion. And that led to the senior leaders, recommending ma'am or highly suggesting Behenji that if we are not able to groom anybody from the society at the moment, and we are at a junction where, we are in a position where we've almost we are far away from where we were back in 2007. So I think at least for the time being, you can promote somebody from the family as a custodian, and you can keep your conditions with them. So there is some sort of balance to what you had initially proposed and what we are going to do now. I think the fact that nobody else was able to step up during her tenure is the reason why somebody from the family was pushed into this. More than pushed, I think it was promoted from the family.
Okay. What were the conditions? You talked about certain conditions that were there. What are those conditions?
So the first condition and the only condition that remains is that we are custodian and custodian alone to the political party. We will be leading it from the front. We will not be fighting any elections per se. And I think that's the only condition that is there, that we will not fight any elections and go to the parliament or so.
But isn't that power without responsibility then?
Bahujan Samaj Party is also a democratic party, and we also hold internal elections every 5 years, where the committee sits down and votes for the chairperson. So if I'm not capable enough, or somebody from the family per se is not capable enough to manage the party and take it forward, then the committee has the complete right to, move me out of the position and promote somebody who can actually deliver.
So in 2018, your father, who is
Yeah.
Behenji's brother,
Yeah.
was asked to step aside.
Yeah.
At that time, there were accusations, ED accusations, Enforcement Directorate accusations. So was that a top-down decision by Mayawati ji? Was it a collective decision, as you say happens in your party?
It's always a collective decision. It's not one-sided, one-man show. Behenji, yes, does propose a lot of ideas, and she runs by those with all the senior leaders and then takes a call. In fact, Anandji, my father, had initially proposed to step down himself, so that it doesn't bring a lot of nuisance to the party. I mean, there are accusations and they're politically motivated. So therefore, he suggested that instead of bringing the whole thing to a halt, we should step aside at the moment. Let us clear those accusations and then come back.
So then in 2023, what happened? Why did your aunt, for her, since she's not married, she has no children, she's not adopted anybody, she's probably like, a mother figure for you also.
Yes.
So what happened? Why did she do that fallback option and bring you in when she had taken her brother off the rolls?
So, like I said, it was at that time where we were going through some challenges, and we didn't want to taint the party because of that. And we are more or less sort of clear with ED and CBI, and therefore he's again back in the position. He's again managing all the back-end operations that are required, or that he is responsible for. And I think it was just the sheer timing at that time.
Okay. Let me come to, which you were talking about, that she tried to groom people and it didn't work. Has she faced a number of betrayals from within the party? Because there are many people who were considered close to the inner circle of Mayawati ji who switched parties and went. So is this a constant strain of betrayals that led her to come back and get your brother, your father, and then get you into the fold?
I would say that there's nothing such as betrayal per se, and it's all circumstantial. Party has been going through some tough time, going through some tough times in the last decade or so, and I think the leaders or the politicians also, they take a switch whenever they deem fit for their particular personal interest, and I think that's what has happened. And we're here to re-establish, so to say, or execute on her vision. I feel that if you're able to execute on her vision, what she set out for the party, these leaders, so to say, who have betrayed her, will look forward to coming back. There's nothing such as betrayal per se. I wouldn't call that the right word.
When Kanshi Ramji started the movement, he was an iconic leader. He started it. That was a time when even the word Dalit was not known so much.
Yeah.
Right? He starts the party. Then there's this idolatry phase for Mayawati ji. She's seen, some even say that she would probably be the first Dalit Prime Minister of this country, or first Prime Minister who's a Dalit from this country. She becomes the Chief Minister. You are born in an India where the rights are more laid out, where you learn to stand up, and if there is any discrimination, you will fight it. Nobody will openly discriminate against you. Maybe subtly it'll be there. How do you represent the Bahujan Samaj Party differently from what your aunt did?
So the discrimination, like you said, is still present. It's not that it's not there. Yes, if you go to interiors of the country, you'll still find that open discrimination happening. If you come to metro cities, tier 1, tier 2 cities, you'll find it in a subtle manner, the discrimination happening in a more subtle manner. See, what we've had, what Bahujan Samaj Party has been able to achieve is people's ability to stand and fight for themselves and voice their discrimination. And there was a time when Bahujan Samaj Party didn't exist, and our community people could not sit in front of an upper caste person,
Yeah.
or could not drink from the same well, or well is again I think a reasonable this thing, because we weren't allowed to be in the same part of the village as well.
Yeah.
So our houses were actually positioned in such a manner in the village
बस्ती
that
में, बाहर।
बस्ती में कि उधर की हवा अगर उधर से हवा नहीं चलती है, हवा दूसरी तरफ से चलती है और यहाँ हमारी बस्ती से होते हुए बाहर निकल जाती है, तो लोग उस लेवल पे डिस्क्रिमिनेट करते थे. और आज ऐसा है कि कोई नोबडी इज एबल टू डिस्काउंट द बहुजन समाज,
जी.
not just in the political sphere but also in the community. तो वो चीज़ जो बहुजन समाज पार्टी कर पाई है, that's an achievement for us. Today we have gotten a platform where we can voice our concerns, we can raise these issues wherever we see them, either in the interiors of the country where it is right on the face, or in the metro cities where they are subtly done.
But Akash, my earlier question, which I started with, was that Kashi Ramji faced discrimination.
Yeah.
The movement was born out of personal experience.
Yeah.
Mayawati ji faced it herself.
Yeah.
She's like she's had a tough time in her politics. She faced it herself, whereas you haven't. You've been cushioned from that. So how will your voice?
No.
be the
I
same?
think that is. So I'll tell you a personal case. I was in a school, Pathways World School, one of the most premium schools
Yeah.
in the country, right? And I had a senior, 1 year older to me. I was, I think, in 6th grade, and he was in 7th grade. And this is a very personal. I've never said this before. I've never told anybody about this before. So I just joined, new to the school. And everybody knew my background, ma'am's nephew, right? And this guy was also from a political background, actually, and not as large or as strong as what ma'am is, but MLA level. And he had the comfort or the audacity to call me Chamar. And he not did that. He didn't do that by mistake. It was repeatedly done over, I think, about 1.5, 2 years, till the time I found the courage to push him back.
At the 6th grade, he knew that using a word like chamar is a slur, or he
Yes.
just said it.
No. He knew that it was an insult. He used it as an insult, and he said it with as if it was an abusive word, and called me out in front of everyone every time he saw me. In fact, it became so bad that I used to shy away from or being seen with my friends in front of him, or whenever he was nearby. So it's not that one has not faced these challenges, and there are multiple more incidents as such.
So when this happened, let me get back to that incident.
Yeah.
When this happened, Akash, did you know what the word chamar was?
Yes, very clearly.
Or was
So-
that incident what made you realize what the word chamar is?
No, so we know what Dalit or Chamar meant, right? If I may use this platform to say, it is not politically correct, and it is not allowed by law to call somebody Bhangi, right?
Yeah.
It is also not allowed to call somebody Chamar. It's sort of or Harijan for that matter, right? These are not the right words to use. These are more of insults.
Correct.
People use them for, and we were aware of this because family.
Who told
mein-
you this?
So we've seen this.
How did you
as-
grow
as-
up? I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
asking you these very personal questions, but I want to know the angst of this so that people get more aware about it.
Yeah.
You understood?
Yeah.
These are, it just comes out of people's mouths, and because they have heard their mothers saying it, they've heard their fathers saying it. So sometimes wo automatically मुंह से निकलता है, which shouldn't happen. But I'm just asking you this, that when you were growing up, क्या आपको बताया जाता था that ये हमारी caste है, be proud of it, and अगर कोई तुम्हें उसको एक स्लर की तरह कहते हैं तो यू शुड पुश बैक, ऐसे कुछ? हु टॉट यू दिस? योर मदर, योर फादर, योर आंट, हु?
सो ये हम सब देखते थे, इनफैक्ट फॉर दैट मैटर जैसे हम डैड वाज इन अ गवर्नमेंट जॉब बिफोर 2003, तो हमारे घर के सामने एक अपर कास्ट समाज से हम तो उन्हें अंकल ही बोलते थे, आउट ऑफ बिकॉज हमारे यहाँ कभी घर में किसी को जात से नहीं बताया गया कि ये अपर कास्ट है, ये लोअर कास्ट है, ऐसे नहीं समझाते थे। वो बस बोलते थे कि ये शर्मा जी हैं, ये पांडे जी हैं, ये गुप्ता जी हैं, ये गौतम जी हैं, ऐसे करके बोलते थे। ये चीज़ थोड़ी लेटर रियलाइज़ करी जब एज वी प्रोग्रेस्ड इन आवर लाइफ। तो जो हमारे घर के सामने रहते थे अंकल, तो उन्होंने भी बहुत बारी ऐसे काम किए जो मतलब मोहल्ले में जैसे कहते हैं ना कि बदतमीज़ी हो जाती है और सब लोग देखते हैं। तो ऐसे इंसिडेंट भी हुए फादर के साथ, मदर के साथ, हमारे सामने हुए। तो वो चीज़ धीरे धीरे सबकॉन्शियसली समझ आने लगी कि ये जो कर रहे हैं, ये जो शब्द इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, ये गलत है।
ये शहर की बात है, गांव की नहीं।
ये नोएडा की बात है,
which is in the outskirts of Delhi. For those who don't understand it, are expat viewers. Okay.
Yes. So it's hardly 5 minutes. Now it's part of NCR.
So those
it's
who
just
think कि
connected.
शहर में नहीं है।
हाँ, आउटराइट होता है। और सो वहाँ से समझ आया कि हाँ, ये गलत चीज़ है, ऐसे नहीं बोलते हैं। और फिर धीरे धीरे बुआ जी के साथ जब हम 2003 में we shifted and we moved in with her, we started getting a lot of these information, these conversations around us happening, where we realized, okay, this is right, this is wrong,
But
and
in
this
the
is what we
school,
stand
when that
for.
incident happened, Akash, did you speak with the principal, with the teachers? Was he stopped from doing what he was doing?
No. So I see that was the first problem. I think we all, whenever these incident happen, हमें सबको लगता है कि यार इग्नोर कर देते हैं या चुप हो जाते हैं। मे बी बोल के क्या फ़ायदा, एक तो उम्र में बड़ा है मुझसे, मसल पावर ज़्यादा है, और उसके पास दोस्त लोग ज़्यादा हैं, वो मारेगा, वो मार पीट कर सकता है। ऐसी चीज़ों में क्यों पढ़ना, चुपचाप पीछे हट जाओ। So I didn't find the courage to speak to anyone, and I think that was the biggest mistake of my life, and that's where I actually learned that अगर आपको अपने हकों के लिए लड़ना है, या if you want to stop somebody from discriminating or abusing you, I think you should fight back. And it took me some time. I was young, so
Yeah, 6th grade. You're not even a teenager.
Yeah.
You're a preteen.
So 1.5 years down the road, when it got a little too much, I just went in and then I had a discussion with him, and I said, if you'll continue to do this, then it'll be a problem for all of us. And I knew by that time that political power meant something, not just in outside the school or in the society, but inside the school and around my friends and all the people around me. So I had no choice but to threaten him and said, "Ki boss, if you will not stop, then I'll have to drag your ass outside the school and show you what it means to be a chamar." So, and I felt that I could do that because I had the political backup
Yeah.
to do so. And I think that's what we're trying to build now.
When you
Because-
went abroad, were you purposely sent by your parents to study outside the country so that you are protected from this?
No. I think I didn't mention this incident to my parents or ma'am either.
Really?
I had to deal it with my. Everybody is fighting a battle, so they had their own challenges, and I think I wanted to deal with these issues myself, and I did. And I think
That's
that's
very brave
what.
of you.
Not necessarily to what people are going through outside.
Yeah.
If you go through the stories that people are actually, the challenges people are facing related to such issues, this is nothing.
But it makes you empathetic to what they
Yeah.
face in their life.
Indeed,
Which is
indeed,
what
concept.
I was trying to get, that whether you've been cocooned from this kind of discrimination or whether you are empathetic because you have faced similar
Yeah.
kind of
So cocooning has not happened for us. I think every step of the way, whatever has happened in our life is basically to build a better human. And so we went to a very nice school. Before that, we were studying in a public school, Somerville School, Noida. It was a Christian school and Catholic school, and we were quite introverts at that time. So we moved into a more premium school. We saw the lifestyle there, and then I went abroad. And the purpose was basically to have a worldly view of everything. So politics or being a good human involves having a completely a worldly view of every issue. So we were able to understand what poverty means. We understand what discrimination means. We understand discrimination not just in caste or in religion, but also in gender.
Okay.
So we've been given all those opportunity to understand these challenges firsthand, and that's why we went abroad and then came back. And my personal interest lies in finance and sort of business. And I did start when I came back. I first got involved with my own business, setting up my own ventures, and I think that's going to be a big of an asset moving into politics.
Politics. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me come back to the challenges before the Dalit community, political challenges.
Yeah.
To a large extent, it's been Ben Mayawati ji who has represented the Dalit community,
Yes.
and there is nobody else of her stature who has come up to that level. And since she's very shy about media interactions and basically she reads out statements, doesn't do much of interviews, so and you are a representative of the party, so I will ask you some of the questions which I would want to ask her. Why has she been missing from hardcore political action for almost a decade now, and the vote share has been dwindling since 2014? It's been dwindling. What is the reason this has happened?
See, 2014 and 2019, if you look at the Lok Sabha elections, our vote share has continued to remain at a 19% or so.
Okay, but the
right.
seats?
The seats have been a concern. See, seats, again, it's a mathematical equation. So when we were standing alone back in 2014, we managed to get 19% vote share, but our seat count was 0. And when we went into alliance, our vote share remained the same, but we were able to garner 10 seats. We feel that when we are in alliance, we don't actually make a lot of headway in terms of increasing our vote share, and vice versa. We're not able to, when we're not in alliance with somebody, we are able to maintain our vote share, but फिर सीट 0 आ जाता है, तो वी फील दैट कि जब अलायंस पार्टनर नहीं होता है साथ में, तो वो हमारा वोट कट कर देता है, जिससे हमारी सीटें नहीं निकल पाती हैं. बट हमने जो 2019 में देखा कि अलायंस पार्टनर रखा, वोट शेयर उतना ही मेंटेन हुआ, सीट आ गई. हमने ये भी देखा कि जो हमारा बेस वोट था, हु इज़ वेरी एडमेंट कि हम अपनी बहुजन समाज पार्टी को वोट करेंगे, बट नॉट एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ अस कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग विद somebody like a Samajwadi Party. So we saw some of the vote share moved from us to BJP or Congress. So हमें लगता है कि हम अगर नॉन अलायंस में रहें तो हम एटलीस्ट अपना वोट शेयर इंटैक्ट रख सकते हैं, उसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, एंड एज एंड व्हेन टाइम अलाउज, मे बी सोशल इंजीनियरिंग एंड राइट सर्कमस्टांसेस, political environment, will be able to garner more seats also.
तो सबसे ज्यादा अगर आप देखें कि competitors जो है, सबसे बड़ा competitor वो समाजवादी पार्टी है for BSP. Is that not the case in उत्तर प्रदेश?
Not necessarily. See, अगर आप वेस्टर्न यूपी की तरफ आएंगे तो समाजवादी पार्टी का very little on ground activity they have, very little vote share also they are able to maintain. I would constrain them to one part of UP rather than the whole UP. और हमारा कंपटीशन समाजवादी पार्टी से ना होके एक्चुअली अपने वोटर्स को इंटैक्ट रखने का है, कि हम किसी तरह अपने वोटर्स को भटकने ना दें.
तो अलायंस में अगर जाते हैं तो वो भटक जाते हैं. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So did India Alliance make overtures towards you कि आप आ जाओ, and did the NDA make overtures and आपने दोनों को मना किया? ऐसे हुआ?
इन दोनों के साथ तकलीफ ये है कि हम इनकी पॉलिसी से अलाइन नहीं करते, और इनके ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड को देख के हमें नहीं लगता कि ये लोग डिलीवर कर पाएंगे. वी डोंट वांट टू बी पार्ट ऑफ अ कोलिशन वेयर वी आर नॉट अलाइंड विद आवर पार्टनर्स थॉट प्रोसेस एंड देयर एग्जीक्यूशन स्टाइल. हमने समाजवादी के साथ भी करके देखा अलायंस, और वी during the campaigning only we realized कि they're not the right partner for us. There were a lot of commitments were made, but execution के नाम पे वो कुछ कर नहीं पाए, तो इसलिए हमें उनसे अलग होना पड़ा. और whether it is NDA or whether it is Indie Alliance or India Bloc, आई थिंक बहुत अच्छे अच्छे शब्द हैं दोनों पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज जो लीड कर रही हैं इन दोनों अलायंसेस को, बीजेपी और कांग्रेस, तो दोनों के पास बहुत एट रीजनेबल टाइम्स दे वर इन फुल मेजॉरिटी इन स्टेट्स एंड इन सेंटर, और एग्जीक्यूशन के नाम पे हम वही चीज़ देखते हैं कि हमारी कम्युनिटी को रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर पाए हैं, उनके लिए जो फैसिलिटीज़ होनी चाहिए थी नहीं दे पाए हैं। बीजेपी के साथ तो और भी ज़्यादा चैलेंज है, क्योंकि मैं कास्ट बेस से अगर उठ के बोलता हूँ, एक नॉर्मल इंडियन की जो चैलेंज है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट कंसर्न है, इन्फ्लेशन कंसर्न है, सेफ्टी सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न है, बॉर्डर इश्यूज होते हैं। सो वी एज इंडियंस आर कंसर्न्ड अबाउट दोज इश्यूज एज वेल, बट वो चीज़ों को एड्रेसल नहीं मिल रहा है।
बॉर्डर इश्यूज में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है?
I don't know if you know the gentleman from Ladakh, Mr. Manchuk. So he's been raising his concerns. I think he was also on hartal. 21 दिन he was not eating. 21 days he was on a food hunger strike, and he was trying to raise voice concerns about the China moving into the state, Indian country, and they have, I think, moved for 4-5 kilometers inside.
What would the BSP have as an alternative? See, you are not in a position to form a government in India, right? So the only way that you can bring about any kind of change in the Dalit community is to join up with the least problematic party, which will help you in forming rules and laws. Like, for example, let's say the Congress is forming a government in 2024. अगर आप कांग्रेस के साथ अलायंस में होंगे, तो you can bring about or make laws or get your alliance partner to make a law which will benefit the Dalits. और अगर कांग्रेस नहीं, तो अगर बीजेपी पावर में आती है, तो if you align with the BJP, then laws can be done. You don't think that?
Ma'am has right now mentioned that कि अभी अगर इलेक्शन के बाद ऐसा पोजीशन बनता है कि हम पावर में, हम सपोर्ट करके पावर में आ सकते हैं, तो हम सपोर्ट करेंगे। और बट इस बार ही हम जैसे हम पहले बाहर से सपोर्ट करते थे, लाइक वी वुड सपोर्ट द अलायंस पार्टनर बट नॉट टेक पोजीशन इन द गवर्नमेंट. This time we will take position in the government and do what we can for our people.
Yeah, so this is what I wanted to say, that she has because of this staying very, very adamant on certain decisions which she takes, she has slowly become redundant to the processes that are happening in Uttar Pradesh, to the political processes. It seems like Mayawati ji has cut herself off. Very difficult to approach. People all say कि मिलती नहीं है वो किसी से, हम उनसे बात नहीं कर सकते हैं, और फिर वो कोई मीडिएटर होता है, कोई बिचौला आ जाता है, उनसे बात करनी है, पता भी नहीं कि वो मायावती जी को बताएंगी भी कि नहीं. So that becomes an issue with Mayawati ji. So where 10 years back she was an approachable person, now she's literally cut herself off from everything.
नहीं, I don't think so. That's true. I think approach करने का तरीका जो है लोगों का, वो थोड़ा सा पहले से अलग है. For example, आज की generation जो है, and I would say people who are below 35, they've seen the good times of Behan ji. So somebody who is 35 today or 40 years old today, he must have been a 18 to 25-year-old young chap when 2007 government was formed. So he's seen the good days of Behan ji. He's not seen the struggle days of Behan ji or BSP, when we were fighting for political power.
I have seen the whole guest house incident.
Yes.
I have seen like a Sherni how she fights.
Yeah.
I have also seen how she used to make that inroads, Rakhi Bandhna to various people and all that.
Yes.
But then suddenly she's off the...
No, so what has happened is that people, some people, I'm not saying all of it, a lot of people have started, feeling that I should be able to talk to my neta on an instant basis.
Yeah.
It's like मैंने DM करा उन्हें Instagram पे या Facebook पे, और मेरे को अभी जवाब आ जाएगा. Right? I think वो जो तरीका है वो उनके साथ नहीं चलता है. मैम बहन जी उस तरीके से नहीं है कि वो 24 घंटे बैठ के DM पे जवाब देंगी, या you just show up at the door and she'll be available. Because she is not just looking after UP, she is looking after the complete country. जब मानेवर साहब थे तब 2 लोग थे who were heading the party.
He was very available. I don't know.
हाँ.
I mean, Constitution Club में अगर कोई बात करना चाहता था, कांशीराम जी was available.
Right.
और वो पूरा समझाते थे, you know.
जी.
I mean, for a person like me who didn't understand
जी.
caste politics, he very easily he was available and very nicely he would explain.
Correct.
But Mayawati ji should be there, no, for this new generation
I
on
think
the new
वो-
style of politics, no?
I think उनका जो the time that she spends is more on strategy, more on managing and formulating how the party is going to weather these tough times. I think आदमी one person cannot do it all. जब मानेवर साहब थे तो there were two factors, two faces to the party, right? Mehanji was taking care of one part of the party, and Manevar Sahab was taking care of the other part. आई थिंक जब एक व्हील मिस हो जाता है ना तो थोड़ा सा डिसअलाइनमेंट आ ही जाता है. पर बहन जी हैज़ बीन एबल टू, आई थिंक बाय वर्च्यू ऑफ पुटिंग मी अप फ्रंट एंड गिविंग मी द लिबर्टी टू स्पीक टू द पीपल, टू द मीडिया, I think is her way of saying or showing that she's available. You can get your message across, and we are listening. We are listening to our people.
Let me get to that naughty relationship, not in the sense KNOT. You know, जो गांठ होती है ना वो. There are so many knots to this relationship between the BSP and the SP. She used to tie Rakhi to Mulayam Singh ji, and then Akhilesh used to call her Bua, and you know it was all that. अब इट हैज स्ट्रेच्ड एंड बिकम सो डिफिकल्ट कि वो जब वो बुआ जी कहते हैं तो वो एक सार्काज्म से ही सेज इट, राइट? तो वेयर डिड दैट रिलेशनशिप बिकेम सो डिफिकल्ट कि अब वो जुड़ नहीं सकता, कभी तारे नहीं जुड़ सकती?
कोई भी रिलेशनशिप तब खराब होता है जब कमिटमेंट पूरी नहीं कर पाते आप. और आई थिंक अगर उन्होंने जुबान दी है तो उस पर ओन अप होना चाहिए. आई थिंक मुलायम सिंह जी, I'm not talking about him as a politician. I'm not commenting on him as a politician or his policies. I'm just commenting on the relationship that he's had with Behan ji. It's a love and hate relationship. गलत किया है और एक स्टेज पे आके उसकी माफ़ी भी दी गई है. बट अगर आप छोटे हैं, जैसे मैं अगर मुलायम सिंह जी अगर आज होते तो मैं अगर उनसे बदतमीजी करूंगा तो वो कोई भी बड़ा बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा, उनके घर में भी हमारे घर में भी. ऐसे ही अखिलेश जी का है कि अगर वो बदतमीजी करेंगे तो कोई भी बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा, बहन जी नहीं बर्दाश्त करेंगी या हमारा समाज नहीं बर्दाश्त करेगा. तो आई थिंक वो बदतमीजी जो उन्होंने करी है, कमिटमेंट्स पे ऑन अप नहीं किया है, वो आई थिंक हैज़ लेड टू द रिलेशनशिप बीइंग सो डिफिकल्ट नाउ.
हैज शी शट द डोर ऑन हिम?
पॉलिटिकल स्पेस में देयर इज नेवर अ क्लोज्ड डोर. इस्तेमाल करना बहन जी बहुत अच्छे से जानती हैं. तो चाहे मुलायम सिंह जी की समाजवादी पार्टी या अखिलेश जी की समाजवादी पार्टी है, या फिर नरेंद्र मोदी जी की बीजेपी है, या सोनिया गांधी जी की कांग्रेस है, अगर हमें जहाँ पे भी मौका लगेगा अपनी सरकार बनाने का तो हम उनका इस्तेमाल ज़रूर करेंगे.
We were talking about the Dalit Samaj. Why have you had an abrasive relationship with Chandrasekhar Azad? In one interview, you even referred to him as Chutbaiya.
नहीं, मानेवर साहब के समय से इस टाइप के लोगों को प्रॉप अप किया गया है ऑपोजिंग पार्टी से. एंड मानेवर साहब ने इसे बहुत अच्छे से एड्रेस किया था. ही इज़ रिटन अ बुक एंड आई वुड इनकरेज ऑल द व्यूअर्स टू एटलीस्ट स्कैन थ्रू इट, रीड द समरी ऑफ इट. इट्स कॉल्ड चमचा युग. एंड उसमें मानेवर साहब ने बड़े कैटेगरिकली इनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स डिफाइन करे हैं कि व्हाट चमचा एक्चुअली मीन्स एंड उसका काम क्या होता है. हाउ आर दे प्रॉप्ड अप बाय अपोजिंग पार्टीज, व्हाट देयर ट्रेट्स आर, and what their intention is. अगर कोई आपके जैसे ही नीला पटका डाल के बोले हम भी बाबा साहब के भक्त हैं, हम बाबा साहब को मानते हैं, हम बहुजन समाज में काम करना चाहते हैं, बट फिर वो बहुजन समाज की बात करते करते धीरे धीरे दूसरी पार्टीज़ में अलाइन होने लगता है, तो वो आपका वोट काट के आपके एजेंडा, आपकी पॉलिटिकल जो व्हाट वी फील इज़ बहुजन समाज पार्टी ने बहुत काम किया है दलित समाज के लिए नहीं, बाकी सर समाज के लिए, राइट, पिछड़े समाज के लिए। बट अगर आपका कोई वोट उठा के यहाँ से बोले कि नहीं कांग्रेस में चले जाते हैं या बीजेपी को अलाइन कर लेते हैं या समाजवादी पार्टी को अलाइन कर लेते हैं, तो वो कैटेगरिकली दिख जाता है कि ये आदमी आपका उसे वोट काटने के लिए बैठा है, आपके हकों की बात नहीं कर रहा है। और वही चीज इनके उसमें दिखती है।
तो ये व्हाट यू सेइंग इज कि जो बहुजन समाज का नाम लेके पाखंडी होते हैं जो ये कि दूसरी पार्टी में जाते हैं जस्ट टू यूज द कास्ट एज अ लॉन्चिंग पैड।
यस,
ओके,
तो वही काम करा है इन सब लोगों ने, और इनके जैसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं आई मीन जो यही काम करते आए हैं। अभी अगर कल परसों का स्टेटमेंट देखें तो बोले कि हम एक तरफा समर्थन कर रहे हैं कांग्रेस और एसपी को, भाई, और दूसरी तरफ रो रहे थे कि जी मेरे को तो एक भी सीट नहीं दी है, खुद ही अलायंस करने जाते हैं। अब आप देखिए, अगर दलित समाज में से मान्यवर साहब रहे, बहन जी रही, कितनी बार हुआ है कि वो किसी के पास गए हों अलायंस के लिए? कभी नहीं हुआ है। वो
तो
अपनी शर्तों पे अलायंस कर रही है उन्होंने, और उनके पास ऑफर आया है, वो कभी किसी के पास नहीं गए। दलित समाज अपने आप में प्राइड बहुत लेता है, बहुत सालों तक अप्रेस किया गया बहुजन समाज को, और अब अगर आप उस समाज को जो क्रेव करता है कि रिप्रेजेंटेशन, रिस्पेक्ट मेरी सोसाइटी में हो, अगर आप उसको उठा के फ्रॉम दैट आप उठा के लेके जाओ कि नहीं हम कॉम्प्रोमाइज करते हैं किसी के साथ, तो वो समाज ही नकारने शुरू कर देता है। और वो दिखने लगा है इन सब लोगों में।
So, the Samaj that you represent,
जी।
the Dalit Samaj, that has faced the
बहुजन
most,
समाज।
Bahujan Samaj has faced the most oppression under the caste system, right?
जी।
But when when comments from the DMK come कि सनातन जो है मलेरिया है, डेंगी है, सनातन को खत्म करने का वक्त है, I saw that Mayawati ji did not support that kind of comments.
किसी के भी धर्म के लिए ऐसे शब्द इस्तेमाल करना गलत है। हर चीज़ में हर चीज़ का एक अच्छा और बुरा साइड होता है। ऐसे तो हम एक तरफ बोलते हैं कि मुस्लिम जो रिलीजन है, मुस्लिम रिलीजन है, वो गलत है, गलत नहीं है, उसमें भी बहुत सारी अच्छी चीज़ें हैं। और क्रिश्चियनिटी है, for the longest of time the whole world so to say suffered under Christianity, but then there are so many good and beautiful things about that religion.
Yes,
right? So ऐसे ही हिंदू रिलीजन है, ऐसा नहीं कि सब गलत है, सब खराब है। लोग गलत बना देते हैं, लोग गलत इस्तेमाल करते हैं, उस चीज़ को अपोज करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। किसी चीज़ को ऐसा बोल देना आउटराइट कि ये रिलीजन गंदा है, वो बहुत गलत चीज़ है। तभी बहन जी बहुत सोच समझ के हर चीज़ को पुट अक्रॉस करती हैं। एंड बिलीव मी यू, आई डोंट नो कि आज तक वो चीज़ कम अक्रॉस हुई कि नहीं हुई। वी हैव अ वेरी ओपन thought process, we have a very open mindset towards all religion, all communities, and we feel we actually want to develop a country which is so to say equitably just to all.
okay. Mayawati ji didn't attend the Pran Pratishtha, but then when there was talk that with the Ayodhya temple will be built and there will be a mosque, she was supportive of both.
Yes.
But why is it that she didn't attend the Pran Pratishtha?
मैम कभी भी किसी भी मंदिर में नहीं गई हैं, कभी भी किसी गुरुद्वारे नहीं गई हैं, तो वाई राम मंदिर?
अच्छा,
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि हम किसी को पोस्ट कर रहे हैं या कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी ने कोई पर्टिकुलर इनिशिएटिव लेके किस चीज़ को एग्जीक्यूट किया है। हम रिलीजन चीज़ों से थोड़ा सा दूर ही रहते हैं, क्योंकि हम चाहते हैं कि आज हम एक जगह जाएंगे तो कल मस्जिद भी जाना पड़ेगा, परसों चर्च भी जाना पड़ेगा। हम ऐसे नहीं, हमें किसी को सपोर्ट करने के लिए उधर जाके दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं। हम
तो
दिखावा नहीं
पॉलिटिकल
करेंगे।
रिलीजन मतलब रिलीजन यूज फॉर पॉलिटिकल पर्पसेस से अलग रहना चाहिए,
अलग रहना है, दूर ही रहना है। वो इट्स नॉट
Is that for you also? Like it's not just Mayawati ji, it's for you also.
इट्स अ पार्टी गाइडलाइन। हमारी पार्टी से कोई नहीं गया था, हम भी नहीं जाएंगे ऐसे, बिकॉज वी फील दैट कि रिलीजन इज वन थिंग। आप उसको पूरा मानिए, बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट हम राजनीति में हैं, हमारा काम लोगों की सेवा करना है, लोगों के इश्यूज और मुद्दों को उठा के पार्लियामेंट में रखना है।
You know, I've attended rallies of Mayawati ji as a political reporter. I have been to her rallies to understand, because when she speaks, and I've seen her rally not just in Uttar Pradesh, I've been to her rally in Karnataka also, right? And my thing was that शी स्पीकिंग इन हिंदी एंड शी स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम अ रिटन मैटर, क्यों आएगा कोई सुनने के लिए? तो मैं जाके वहां बैठी ऑडियंस में, नॉट एज अ रिपोर्टर, जस्ट लाइक सिटिंग इन द ऑडियंस टू सी कि कौन आ रहा है। ऐसी भीड़ें आई, देवेगौड़ा जी की रैली थी, huge crowds came in, and I asked them in Kannada, like, she's speaking in Hindi and she's speaking a written thing. What is your connect with Mayawati? You can't even understand what she's speaking. Kyun aaye aap? So they said she's from our community because they were Dalits and they felt one. Mind you, Deve Gowda ji is not from the Dalit Samaj, but they felt that oneness with Mayawati ji. And at that time, I remember writing an article that she can become a pan-India leader. But she didn't rise up to that, Akash. क्यों?
ऐसा नहीं कि शी डिडंट राइज अप। सी, जब मानेवर साहब थे तो मानेवर साहब ने पूरे देश में पार्टी को खड़ा करने का काम किया। बहन जी ने भी उस चीज़ को फॉलो किया। बट बाय द टाइम हम पार्टी को खड़ा कर रहे थे, फाउंडेशन सेट कर रहे थे, इट केम टू अ जंक्शन कि अगर हम पॉलिटिकली किसी स्टेट में पावर में नहीं आए तो ये फाउंडेशन को हम मजबूती नहीं दे पाएंगे। तो बहन जी टुक ओवर यूपी एंड शी एस्टैब्लिश्ड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट देयर। अनफॉर्चुनेटली मानेवर साहब पास्ड अवे ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम। अगर मानेवर साहब रहते तो आज पार्टी बहन जी के सपोर्ट के साथ आज कहीं और खड़ी हो जाती। बट वो एक ऐसे होता है ना कि थोड़ा सा अपाहिज सा फील होता है कि एक लेडी कहाँ तक दौड़ेगी एक कोने से दूसरे कोने तक। वो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है किसी एक इंडिविजुअल पर्सन के लिए करना अकेले।
At least for me, I used to think that for my generation, she will be like the Jagjeevan Ram. You know,
She
that he
will-
could not become a national leader in that way. Thoda sa, India was not yet ready. Say he became a defense minister, but still, for me, I thought in my generation, I will see Mayawati ji much more ahead politically than she has become.
Hold on to that thought. That is going to happen. Give us some time.
Right. Akash, just before going, I have one more question.
Ji.
I want to ask you is that, two questions actually. One, why no manifesto for 2024? And the other one is that she has said that Uttar Pradesh needs to have a separate Western Uttar Pradesh.
Yeah.
Why that? Why the need?
Okay. So first is on manifesto. Bahujan Samaj Party has never released a manifesto. We have given a track record and we feel that what we talk about is, अब हमारा ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड देखो, जो हमने पहले काम किए हैं हम उसी को लार्जर स्केल पे इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे, चाहे वो डेवलपमेंट हो। सो गिविंग द कंट्रीज फर्स्ट पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप में अ हाईवे ऑफ वर्ल्ड क्लास हाईवे, whether it was bringing international sports to the country. First time F1 race was held in UP, Greater Noida, building of that, cultivating a sports culture of that nature. Employment, so whether it is filling backlog jobs that are vacant in the government sector. So I think currently nationally there is 30 lakh plus government jobs which are vacant and this government has not been able to fill. During her tenure, she was able, the first thing she did was I think filled about 6-7 odd lakhs that were vacant in UP at that time. So we are quite confident कि हम वो पहले पूरा काम खत्म करेंगे। उसके बाद rebuilding the infrastructure of the state and the country. So healthcare becomes a priority for us. Road infrastructure is a priority for us. Safety and security, law and order is a priority for us. So this is our manifesto. So what we have done, we have given Jewar Airport. So funny story, the Jewar Airport, International Airport, was actually a brainchild and was actually executed by BSP government during Behenji's reign. And उस वक्त कांग्रेस की सरकार थी सेंटर में। उन्होंने इस प्रोजेक्ट को जब तक हमारी सरकार नहीं गई तब तक उसे शेल्फ पे लगा के रखा। दे डिडंट पास द फाइल। एयरपोर्ट अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया डिड नॉट गिव अप्रूवल ऑन दैट। और वेदर इट वाज योर फ्रॉम ग्रेटर नोएडा टू आगरा टू कनेक्टिंग ऑल द वे टू बिहार, वो वाला ब्लूप्रिंट भी बहन जी का दिया हुआ है। मेट्रो वाज आल्सो ड्यूरिंग बहन जी's टाइम। सो ऑल दिस वर्क, ऑल दिस डेवलपमेंट वर्क, वेदर इट इज़ ऑन एम्प्लॉयमेंट, डेवलपमेंट, road infrastructure, connectivity, healthcare, all these things are going to be part of the, so to say, non-manifesto that we don't have.
Okay. And Western Uttar Pradesh as a separate state?
So ma'am had actually requested or put up a proposal for dividing the state into 4, not just 2 at the moment. Like she's proposing 2 at the moment. पहले उन्होंने 4 का proposal दिया था, because it's the largest state in the country with the highest population. For one chief minister to manage, or one governing body to manage such a large land area as well as population count is very difficult. Managing or maintaining law and order, because she's done it once.
So you think Yogi Adityanath is not delivering?
How is he delivering? I mean, अगर आपको ऑर्डर पास करने पड़ रहे हैं इस टाइप के कि जी 8 बजे के बाद लड़कियां इंस्टीट्यूट्स और कॉलेजेस में ट्यूशन नहीं ले सकती प्राइवेटली, तो आपका लॉ एंड ऑर्डर वहीं दिख जाता है कि यार आप संभाल नहीं सकते अपने लोगों को. तो क्या हम उनके ऊपर क्या कमेंट करें? वो बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस हैं. इफ़ यू रीड द नेशनल क्राइम रिपोर्ट, ब्यूरो रिपोर्ट, ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम इन द कंट्री इज़ ऑन द राइज. यूपी इज़ लीडिंग दैट. 30% jump year on year in that organized crime. And mind you, organized crime requires planning and support. Right?
उनको तो बुलडोजर बाबा कहते हैं, that mafias are so scared of him that they dare not do anything because कि घर उनका बुलडोज हो जाएगा.
किनका घर बुलडोज किया है? गरीब लोगों का घर बुलडोज करना तो माफिया का कहाँ से कुछ हो रहा है? बुलडोज तो बहन जी ने चलाया था जब अतीक अहमद के अवैध धंधे और बिल्डिंग जो खड़ी कर रखी थी वो तोड़ा था. उसे कहते हैं बुलडोज करना. तुमने कितने माफियाओं के तुमने वो धंधे बंद कर दिए भाई. आप मतलब वो प्रोपेगेंडा और वो बहुत अच्छा करते हैं, नाटकबाजी बहुत अच्छी कर लेते हैं, बट काम का उनके ऑन ग्राउंड एग्जीक्यूशन पे नाम पे कुछ नहीं है. आप 5 साल 10 साल उठा लीजिए, 7 साल उठा लीजिए इनके टेन्योर के, एग्जैक्टली एक बता दीजिए कि इन्होंने ये काम किया है. आप बता दीजिए कि क्या एग्जैक्टली एग्जीक्यूट किया उन्होंने ऑन ग्राउंड. कितने नए हॉस्पिटल्स बन गए, कितने नए कॉलेजेस बन गए, कितने नए इंस्टीट्यूट्स हो गए, और अगर बन भी गए तो कितने टीचर्स की भर्ती कर दिया आपने, कितने नए बच्चों को आपने एम्प्लॉयमेंट दे दिया. अब बता दीजिए. मैं कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स से उठ के बोल रहा हूँ. मैं एक नेशनल लेवल पे एक कंट्री के टाइम पे, दिस इज नॉट अ विधानसभा इलेक्शन, दिस इज अ लोकसभा इलेक्शन एंड द कंट्री इज वोटिंग. द यूथ वांट्स टू नो वेयर इज एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर मी. कहाँ है, कहाँ दिया आपने? बीजेपी के नाम पे आप बोलते हो कि हमने फ्री राशन की स्कीमें चलाई हैं. भाई कौन सी फ्री राशन? तुमने आधे देश को भिखारी बना दिया है. वो आज अपने आप से कमा नहीं सकता, उसे आप पे डिपेंड होना पड़ रहा है अपने खाने पीने के लिए. आपने क्या करा है? 10 साल में क्या करके दिया है? योगी जी की तो बात ही छोड़ दीजिए, वो तो क्या करें अब उनका.
बट इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ स्वीप इन उत्तर प्रदेश फॉर द बीजेपी, पीपल आर सेइंग
अ होल लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. वो तो ये भी कहते कि राम जी को तो हम लेके आए. अरे भैया भगवान है वो. तुम कौन? तुम इंसान हो, तुम भगवान को लेके आओगे? कितना घमंडी हो सकता है एक आदमी, भगवान को बोले मैं लेके आया हूँ. तो जो लोग ऐसी बातें कर सकते हैं, वो 400 बोले कि 800 बोले, वो जितनी सीट नहीं भी होंगी वो बोल देंगे कि जी हम तो लेके आ जाएंगे, मोदी जी हैं, मोदी जी की गारंटी है, कुछ भी बोलते हैं.
तो बीएसपी की कितनी सीटें आएंगी यू थिंक इस बार?
एंड आई एम सेइंग दिस वेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबली मैम. किसी के लिए भी बोलना कि हम इतनी सीटें ले आएंगे इज़ वेरी इररिस्पॉन्सिबल. लोगों को समझना चाहिए कि आप पहले तो ग्राउंड पे मेहनत करो, लोगों को अपनी बातें समझाओ, उन्हें बताओ कि आप क्या करने वाले हो उनके लिए, और उसके बाद फिर लोगों पे छोड़ दो कि वो आपकी पॉलिसीज और आपके थॉट प्रोसेस के साथ कितना अलाइन करते हैं. लेट देम डिसाइड, लेट देम बी द जज.
2024 इज नॉट योर गोल ना आकाश?
आकाश के लिए या बहुजन समाज पार्टी?
बहुजन समाज पार्टी और आकाश दोनों के लिए.
बहुजन समाज पार्टी के लिए 2024 से लेके सारे आने वाले इलेक्शंस इज द गोल. वी आर ट्राइंग टू ऑन ग्राउंड मोबिलाइज पीपल अक्रॉस ऑल communities, and we are hoping that we'll be in a position where we can leverage our number of seats in order to put ma'am in the parliament as a prime minister this time itself.
Okay, all the best to you.
Thank you.
That's a tall ask from your party and from Mayawati ji, but all the best.
Thank you.
Hoping that you don't get bogged down by the criticism that you're a nepo kid. That's going to come your way. So do work on the ground, and I'm sure that you'll be able to challenge that tag.
I hope so too.
All the best. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching or listening to this edition of the ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. Do write in with your suggestions. Namaste. Jai Hind. click here to watch the previous episodes.